All right, I want to quickly discuss. I am looking so good. Oh, just great. Look at me. All right, I want to quickly discuss our water situation here. The house is on public water, and we're running a water hose from the house to the RV. And what I have set up here, this is the laundry room, but as you can see, I'm hooked up to the water. Bring it down into these filters. This is what I've been using when for the trailer. It does a really good job filtering out chlorine and a bunch of chemicals and gross taste. And this is running out to the RV. And what I am doing right now is I'm filling up the freshwater holding tank on the RV. So we have, I think it's about 60 gallons of fresh water available to us. I'm doing that for a couple reasons. Number one, the water pressure in the house is really quite poor. And so I can't rely on that to get a good flow of water in the RV. Putting the water in the freshwater tank and using the water pump that's built on into the RV gives us the pressure that we want. And then number two, downstairs in the crawl space where the hot water is, actually I'll show that to you here. All right, we're heading down towards the walk-in basement crawl space area. Oh, the mystery room. This is the crawl space slash basement. Just realized today that we have a light in here, but I also have a handheld light. So I'll turn on here. Okay, so what I was going to say is when the water is on, the hot water tank here, it has a very slight drip out of the relief port. So I have a bucket to catch the water. Otherwise it just all flows down into this area here, which is not good for a crawl space to have moisture. So I end up keeping the water turned off at the house. So I'll just fill up the 60-gallon freshwater tank in the RV, and then I'll shut off the water at the house. All right, also wanted to show you down here, we have a little friend. Let's see if the friend is here. Hang on, Floyd. Yep, their friend's here. So we have a black snake that likes to hang out down here, which is fine by me because they are good at keeping rodents out and other snakes like copperheads. So cool, I'm good with that. He or she can stay as long as he or she wants to. Katie cooked something. She's like, "Can you come into the kitchen? I want to show you something."
I didn't know we were filming it.
Well, of course we are. We got something cool. So show us.
I made a chicken pot pie.
Oh, yummy. Did you really?
I did.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's quite the pot pie.
Yeah, with biscuit. Doesn't that look delicious?
That really does look really good.
It smells good. So it's actually a play on a chicken pot pie. It's a turkey pot pie. I took Butcher Box ground turkey and I mixed it. I cooked it all up and I put onions, carrots, potatoes, and chicken broth, and then I made a roux, like thickened it up with a gravy, and then I put it all in and put some biscuits on top and baked it all in the oven for about an hour.
Wow. Okay, so this isn't fair to you guys because you can't smell this. It smells so good. That belongs in my belly. Let's put that in my belly.
I made enough so we have some for tomorrow too. Hopefully.
Oh, we will. That's a lot.
So under the biscuits is potatoes. It's all the meat. So it's ground turkey, potatoes, carrots, and onions with a whole bunch of seasonings. Awesome. No recipe, sorry. I just threw a bunch of stuff together that sounded good.
That's kind of the way you roll.
It is.
It happens. So the biscuits are perfect. They're crispy on top and they got nice fluff in the center. And your seasoning is delicious.
It's on point, baby.
On point. I really like the ground turkey. You said it was Butcher Box ground turkey. I really like it.
If I make it again, I'll write down how I made it.
That's a good idea. Yeah, people are going to want to know this recipe. This is This is delicious. Today is Monday, March 7th, and Katie and I just moved in this weekend. Things are not quite as situated as we would like. We'll get those situated over the next week or so. One of the issues is the RV on the gravel pad didn't work out quite as well as we had hoped. So I need to shift the RV over a little bit to give us some more area to step out of the RV onto gravel. We also need to do some smoothing of the rocks. It has lots of ruts, so it's hard to walk on. We also did a little bit of grading. Well, Matthew did some grading before we came this weekend, and today is supposed to rain quite heavily. So I'm going to observe and see where the water goes around the house so we know where to focus our energy when Matthew comes back to do some refinement on the grading around the house. We want obviously all of the water to flow away from the house. So when it rains today, I'll be out and observing to see where areas need to be fixed.
It's our first official full day here, and Nate has been outside while I've been on meetings all day. It is 4:30 p.m. and I just got done with my last meeting, so I was gonna look to see what Nate was up to. And it is pouring right now, so let's see. Oh my goodness.
It's a little wet out here. I'm trying to keep the water flowing away from the house.
He's trying to keep the water from flowing away from the
And
house.
I don't have a shovel.
And he doesn't have a shovel,
I only have a hammer.
so he's using a hammer.
So I'm digging a small trench. Inch by inch by inch.
Oh my goodness. All right.
All right, good morning everybody. So it's Tuesday, March 8th. This is day number 3 on our new homestead. Katie and I are still getting the RV set up. Yesterday I walked you through how we have water situated in the RV. Today I want to walk through how we have power to the RV. I do want to note that I stopped filming last night after getting soaking wet, dealing with some of the issues around the foundation of the house. When Matthew was out here, I asked him to stop work because I wanted to stop any grading work because I wanted to see how water flows before we do any further grading. And I really should have had him continue because it was pretty bad. So he's coming back Friday to finish up the grading work. So anyway, so with power, currently we have a single extension cord coming from actually right behind me there, and that's mostly enough power for our needs. It can run Katie's computer and her 2 monitors and the internet modem so she can work. We can have a heater running to keep us warm, but this weekend it is going to get below freezing, and so I'm going to need more than 1 heater running. I'm going to need 2 heaters in the belly and probably 2 heaters in the house or in the RV to keep us warm. I do have the ability to take 2 extension cords and plug it into the RV, and I use this adapter. So this is a pigtail adapter where it has 2 inlets and combines into an outlet. So these can be plugged into 30 amp, 20 amp, or 15 amp circuits with the correct adapters. So I'll have a power cord coming into this one and another power cord coming into this one, both from different wall outlets that are on different circuit breakers. They can't share the same circuit breaker. Okay, we have all these set up now. So I have the 2 power lines, a 110 volt, 15 amp plug into the Y. Second one, same thing, 20 amp plug into the Y. We should have a combined total of between 30 and 40 amps going to the trailer. So now we can run multiple heating units, we can run the computers, and if we need to, we can run the AC. So I'm fairly excited about this. So this is a good temporary solution. Should be able to keep us warm or cool depending on what the weather is. The disadvantages are we have power cables running from inside the house, so we have to keep the doors open at all times, and of course power cables running on the ground is never a good thing, but these are outside rated power extension cords. And I found an old dog crate in one of the barns, so I'm going to use that to keep all of the electronics here dry and out of the weather.